up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Whew. Sorry I'm late, man. But I'm sorry I'm late. I ain't making no excuses. Glad to be here with y'all on this good old Friday night. Hope that wherever you are in the world, hope that things are going good for you in life. Hope that the weather's good. Hope that your family is good. Hope that your life is in a good place. Your spirit is good. I hope that you got your money game up. Your business mind is strong. You got plans, visions, dreams, hopes, thoughts, aspirations. I hope that all these things are happening for y'all wherever you are in the world, man. Because we in some troubling times, man. We're in some troubling times, and those who make it to the other side of this rough stretch are gonna be the ones who had a plan, and are gonna be the ones who are rooted in God and who have a focus on getting through. Plain and simple, man. You have to have a plan. One of the things that is very important, as y'all be sure to hit that like button when you come in, everybody that's there, that's here, hit the like button as you come in, man. I don't plan on being a long time tonight. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I know it's already late some places. It's early some places, depending on where you're at. If you're in Cali, it's like 9 o'clock. You know, if you're on the East Coast, it's like midnight. If you're in another country, it might be morning. So just depending on where we are in the world. But y'all hit the like button for your big brother. What we are talking about is basically, as y'all see by the title, y'all hear this term all the time, addition by subtraction. And sometimes, I guess early on, you know, people really didn't know what that meant until they started kind of living life and understanding what it meant just through the experiences. Like, how can you add by subtracting? Well, the way you add by subtracting is having an understanding that what you're adding and what you're subtracting are two different things. You're subtracting certain people from your life. You're subtracting certain energies from your life, certain personalities, certain negative vibes that exist in people, certain negative spirits that exist in people. You're subtracting those things. You're removing those kind of people out of your circle. And by doing so, you open up the door to add more positive things to your life, more blessings to your life. Picture a crowded house, and it's 10, 12 people living in this one house, and you live in that house. Might be the family house or whatever. All your brothers and sisters, cousins come over. Everybody comes and lives in this house, and you don't have any privacy. You put food in the refrigerator and you come back later on, your food is gone, and it's loud. You can't concentrate. You might be studying for a test or something, or you got to get some sleep to go to work the next day, and it's loud in there. And the person that you share the room with is playing music all times of the night, talking on the phone, and the space is so bad, so crowded, that it gives you just a negative energy. It's like, oh man, I can't take this no more. Then slowly but surely something happens and people start to move out of the house. People start to leave. You know, somebody else gets their own place over here. This person moves out. This person moves out of town. And before you know it, it's only 3 people left in the house. And when those 3 people are left in the house, now all of a sudden, man, I got my own room. Man, my food is not gone when I put it in the refrigerator. It's not as loud. Some of the people that was living in the house that left were just bad personalities, argumentative, confrontational, those types of people. Now these people are gone. That opens up the door for you now to have peace, inner peace, peace within yourself to go like, whew, I can concentrate now. I can say a prayer without somebody interrupting me. I can focus on what I'm really trying to do because the space has been created that allows you to do that. See? Food tastes really, really good when you really, really hungry. When you have gone a while, you've gone a whole day or so, you haven't eaten none that day, and you start to feel it like, man, I'm ready to eat. You can think of all different types of things that you want to eat, and your body, your stomach is ready to receive it because it's you feel that sense of emptiness in your stomach because there's room in there. But it's different when you kind of already ate and you're not as hungry. You might even be a little bloated. Sometimes your stomach you don't even feel good. Your stomach is backed up. You're constipated. It's no room to place any food in your system. So if you are blessed enough, and I do say the word blessed because a lot of people ain't able to do this. If you are blessed to go into the bathroom and drop a good solid one, now you flushed out. You like, ooh, yeah, I feel a little lighter now. You have space. So that subtraction made room for something that you wanted to add to it. So that analogy might have been a little, but that's what it is. When you cleanse, you allow the body's other functions to operate better because now they're not concerned with or occupied with trying to deal with the discomfort of being constipated, of being backed up, your stomach being overworked. This is how we have to live our life. It's a perfect parallel in terms of that analogy, because when you have all this negative energy, when you're dealing with people who just cause you problems after problem after problem, you have to always deal with the problematic person. And when the second that you try to turn away from the problem and get back to doing something that you want to do or that you need to do, the problem presents itself again, and you got to turn back around and readdress the problem. Problem. It's constant. And you're only able to just touch on a little bit. I was able to get a little work done, but I wasn't able to get a lot of work done because of the problem. So then you remove the problem. Those of us who can remove the problem, because some of us mess around and we get caught up in being comfortable with the problem. So you finally remove the problem. You get that person out your mix. You have a wise moment in your life. And then you notice how much free time you have. You notice how much peace you have. You notice how clear your thoughts are, and you notice your productivity increases simply because you no longer have to deal with that mess over there. So the subtraction of that person has led to addition in your life, and you start to grow. You start to ascend. See? But you don't grow if you stay in that dark space. See? If you got a plant that's that you're trying to grow in a dark space and it's not being nourished the right way compared to a plant that you got outside in the right environment, sunlight, water, and all this different things, bees pollinating the flower and all this different stuff, that plant is going to be more prosperous than the plant that's in the dark. You can't grow like that. So you start to remove these people from your life, and you see people talk about it all the time on social media. They may say, well, man, I'm removing all negative energy. I'm just people's positive vibes only. You know, you hear people say that all the time. And these are people who have come to the conclusion in their life that they're like, you know what? I'm not entertaining any negative BS. They take on that mindset. I'm not entertaining nothing. And they start to live their life in such a way that reflects that, to where even if somebody negative come around, I'm out. They get up and they leave. They look and say, oh, well, they're gonna start this up. I'll catch y'all later. I'm gone. And they, whatever happened after they leave, they hear about it later from somebody else. Man, you better be glad, boy, you were smart when you left when you did, man. Because soon as you left, man, oh boy, started tripping, boy, soon as you left. And you was like the whole time, like, yeah, see, I already seen that coming. So I got out of there beforehand. That's what you got to do, and understand it's okay to let go. Because stress and stressful situations and stressful people have become normal to us. People have gotten used to being in stressful situations, and not just being used to being in a stressful situation with a stressful person. You have accepted it. You've accepted it. You're like, man, I'm actually like used to this, but you don't always know it. And if a situation presents itself where the negative person is not removed by you, but other circumstances remove that negative person from your life, then you find out by accident how much of a stressful situation that you was in, and now that you relieved from, you dealing with some fool that just causing you all kind of problems, man. And then you're in a relationship, speaking to a female, and you're in a relationship with him, and something happens and he gets locked up and he's gone. In the beginning, you might be like, hey, well, you actually feeling bad. But as time goes on, you start to realize, well, you know what? It feels kind of good to not have this clown always talking crazy to me. It feels kind of good to not have this dude beating on my door at all times of night and asking questions and disrespecting me and my people around me, consuming my time, but the time that he's consuming of mine is nothing productive. You start to realize, like, you know, my life is better with this person not being around. So by accident, you didn't let go. You was forced loose from that person. And now it's like, you get it. But some of us don't let go. Just hold on to the bad energy, not realizing that bad energy is a weight. It's a heavy, heavy burden, and it's a weight on us that other people can see. They could see it in our face. They could see it in our mannerisms. They could see it in our actions, or they could see it in our lack of actions, because you don't want to do stuff no more that you used to do. You don't want to really go. You don't want to really hang out. Can't hang out because if everybody's hanging out this place and you want to go, he might want to come with you, or she might want to come with you, and it's going to bring down your mood but it's also going to bring down the mood of everybody else around because they looking at you like, hey, she ain't happy. He ain't happy. So it's a weight that you're carrying because you will not subtract this person from your life. You can't get to the addition until you initiate the subtraction. It's impossible. You can't do it because the two can't occupy the same space simultaneously. They can't do it. So you're trying to hold on to this negative energy all the while claiming you want some positivity in your life. It's not gonna happen. Gotta chop something off. So shout out to Angie Wise. I'd rather block you than let you annoy me. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with blocking somebody. And I'm speaking blocking like in real life, not just social media, of course. You know what I mean? Look, when you have a platform, your platform is your platform to decide who you want to allow to interact with you on that platform. But life is the same way. You are the platform. You are the platform in life. So you have the right to decide, well, you know what? I can rock with that person. I can't rock with that person. Nah, don't want him around. Nah, I see how she roll. Can't be around her. Can't be around him. You are your platform. So you can block people in real life. Just like I said earlier, hey, when they show up, I'm gone. If I know they're going to be there, I ain't going. Or if I do go, I'm going to dip in and I'm going to dip out. Because you have something that you have to protect. So you don't allow anybody to violate the valuable energy that you are trying to protect. It's draining. People, man, people are draining. People are, they are, they are like, what's that word? A succubus. People will wear on you and they just drain, and they absorb all of you until you have nothing else to give. If you let them, if you let them. And sometimes it's not always bad people that do it. It's not always negative people, evil people that do it. Sometimes you got to know when to kind of separate from the friends and family, the good people. You got to take time to yourself. So the subtraction as it relates to good people is not a permanent subtraction. Y'all feel what I'm saying? It's just about stepping away to re-energize and regenerate. Then you can come back in. So in those cases, it's not permanent. You just got to get away, man. Especially if you were that type of person. See, I'm the kind of dude, man. I like my time and my space to myself. You know, I'm a people person. You know, but I'm not an extreme people person. In other words, you know, when I step out, I love the people. You know, people show me love. I interact, but I'm not extreme to where I know people that they gotta be around people. They can't be alone. It's like, and I gotta be around, man. They can't be by themselves. I'm not like that. I can spend days alone and I'm good. Some people say, well, man, don't that get lonely? For some, it's over 7 billion people on the planet, and everybody's mind is constructed in different ways, and it's a lot of it is based upon your upbringing. It's based on, some people were just raised in that family structure where it's like it was always people around, and then when they branch out to kind of go on their own, they have like what they call separation anxiety, and they're accustomed to that type of life, and it bothers them to be alone. But then you got other people that's like, shh, if we at the gathering, we get the whatever, we can only be there for a little while. And a brother like me, I start thinking about this room I'm in. Like, man, I can't wait to get back to my space, my personal space, where it's just me and whatever elements that I want to include, and it's just me. And I love it. And I just believe that, like I say, everybody's different, but I just believe that it's a cool thing to spend that time with yourself. Sometimes you can go to the movies by yourself. Everybody who ever went to the movies by themselves before, just give me a raised hand or something. Raise hand. Everybody who ever went to the movies by themselves. Hold on, I gotta block somebody real quick. Hold on. Because we're not getting off the subject tonight. All right. Bang, and he's gone. If you ever went to the movies by yourself before, just raise your hand, peace sign, whatever the case is. All right. If you never did it, you should try it. You should try it. It's not always about just being on a date, or hanging with your buddies, or hanging with. It's about being in that focus. Ever went on a walk? Just you, just go on a walk? Just go walking by yourself, right? Just go for a walk. The mind is always thinking about something, even when you sleep. So when you're conscious, it's all kind of stuff going through your head, all kind of thoughts circulating and generating through your head. And if you are a person who would consider yourself to be a visionary, then you are formulating strategies to improve yourself moving forward, right? When you walk, going for a walk by yourself, you're talking to yourself, you're thinking about things like, man, okay, I need to do this. All right, you start strategizing and formulating. Alone time is that time you have that individual one man or one woman meeting in your head with yourself and God. You talk to yourself, you talk to the creator, you bounce back and forth. It's good, it's bad, it's positive, it's negative, you all over the place. But it's therapeutic if you understand it. You ever went out to eat by yourself? Little Scotty Farrell in my head. Go out to eat by yourself sometime. Sit in a restaurant by yourself. Observe the things around you. Observe the other people in the restaurant. You think about like, man, I wonder what their life is like. Wonder what they do. You see a family at this table. See a couple at this table. I wonder if this is their first date, or if they've been around with each other a long time. You see the world a lot differently because there's nobody in front of you serving as a Distraction. And I'm not saying a distraction in a negative way. I'm just the fact that when you are out with somebody, then your focus is on that person, as it should be. But when you by yourself, and if you by yourself and you are not caught up in the technology of today, in other words, people that may go out by themselves, but they in their phone the whole time. So you still missing out because you are on a date with your phone. See? So that's subtraction when you just say, I ain't gonna hang with nobody today. I'm gonna hang with myself. Then what you add to yourself are all the things that I mentioned. You add that observation element. You add that thought process, that concentration. You start to build with yourself. You start to science with yourself. See? J-Do said in tune. You get in tune with yourself. You do it at home too. You can do one of the toughest things that's hard for me to do, and that's cut the TV off. Or at least put it on mute. It's hard for me to cut my TV off. I got a problem. See? So addition by subtraction. You realize how much time you gain for yourself and to do other things for other people. See? From a physical standpoint, you got people who are users. You got people who they only around you to see what they can get out of you. And you've been allowing them to drain you and get stuff out of you, money, a ride, some food, borrowing your clothes. You're a different kind of person that borrows clothes. Now, I understand family members sometimes, I ain't talking about that, but when you got a friend that's always trying to borrow your clothes, that. Don't let nobody borrow your clothes, man. Your clothes are for you. Only time somebody else should get your clothes is when you done with them and you giving them away or you handing them down to somebody else. If you got that friend that, hey man, let me wear them J's tonight, man. I'm supposed to be going out with old girl. Or your homegirl, yeah, let me wear that top. Let me wear that. What? Let nobody borrow your clothes. But people who take from the physical, material things always need some money. Always, I'll go to the restaurant. You got me? when you get rid of those kind of people, everything increases for you. Your money goes up. You start to have more because we don't even realize how much of our stuff that we give away to those type of people until we cut them off. Throughout the course of a year, it's like a person that smokes cigarettes. What would y'all say is the average amount? How many packs of cigarettes the average true cigarette smoker smoke? I ain't talking about somebody that's seriously chain smoking, but just on average, man, somebody you consider a cigarette smoker, what, 2-3 packs a day? What would y'all say? Let's say it's 3 pack. Is it 3? A pack a day? let's say, okay, cool. Y'all saying 1 pack a day. Okay, cool. All right. I'm not a cigarette smoker, so I'm gonna defer to what y'all may know. I ain't saying y'all are cigarette. I'm just saying y'all may know or you may have been. So people are saying, yeah, I said 3 is a lot. Okay. So a pack a day. So how much does a pack of cigarettes cost a day? I mean, how much does 1 pack of cigarettes cost? I have no clue. I remember when I was a little boy, pack of cigarettes cost like $1. I used to go buy cigarettes for my grandmother, and she would give me $1 to go to the store to buy a pack of cigarettes. I talked about this in my book, and it was crazy that they would let a young child walk into the store and buy a pack of cigarettes like I was buying a Sprite or something. So, yeah, the cost of living in Cali is way higher than in Texas. So $12 a pack. How many cigarettes come in a pack? God. $12 a pack. Scotty said $9. Lester said $7. So I guess it depends on where you live. Riggy said $10.99. Okay, so let's just meet somewhere in the middle right there. Let's just say $9. Now that's a pack a day. What's 365 times 9? Somebody with the quick math or the calculator. 365 days a year times $9. Man, he's smoking 20 cigarettes a day. Whew, that's a lot. How much is 365 times 9? Y'all taking a long time. Let me do my math. That's a lot of money, man. What? That's what I came up with. That's $3,285 a year that you're spending on cigarettes. So the addition by subtraction would be if you decide to subtract cigarette smoking from your life, just from a financial standpoint, you would be saving $3,000 a year. Now, if you have been smoking that pack a day for 10 years, what's $3,285 times 10? See, let's get some understanding of how serious this stuff is. 3,285 times 10 is what? I'm scared to know. I'm already kind of got it in my head. $32,850 in a decade on something that's killing you. So if you remove that, now you have $3,000 a year of income, of money, but you have also subtracted the negative effects that these cigarettes have on your body. Now, what's already done, hopefully it don't come back and bite you at some point, but you are subtracting. So when somebody say, man, I ain't had a cigarette in 2 years, man, that person has spared themselves 2 years of all of that crap in your lungs, man. All of the nicotine addiction, all of the tobacco, all of the crap that comes along with a cigarette, man. You subtracted 2 years of that out of your life, man, and have added a cleansing to your life because now your lungs can kind of function a little bit better to try to kind of get you back regulated because you remove that dirty habit. So with people, just imagine you got some cat around you that's always begging and bumming. Every time you go eat, you got to feed him. He always want to borrow $5. Man, give him some gas money. Give him some gas. Same with the cigarettes. You add up all of the money. If you could think of a person like that and think of all of the money that you have contributed to a person who does nothing for themselves, you might be spending a couple of grand a year on that person. And if you're in a relationship with somebody like that, it's way more than that. Because in a relationship, it's not like with a bummy friend, you're not giving 2s and 5s and $3 and $7 and $10 for some gas here and there. It ain't like that. If you're in a relationship with somebody like that, man, you spending 50, 100, 40. You breaking bread. So in that same year's time, the amount that we just calculated on the cigarettes probably wouldn't even compare to what you just spending on a person that's using you like that, that's not worthy of that blessing that you're giving them. So you subtract that person. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to think about, man, I've been with this person 5 years. I done spent 50 racks. And the reason why I started coming up with this whole little breakdown how I'm doing it is because I was watching, y'all know the little pawn shop shows that be coming on, like Pawn Stars and the other one where I used to fight and argue all the time. I'm watching these pawn shop shows, right? Don't ask me why, but I was watching them. And when people would come in to pawn stuff, they would stand at the counter and they would negotiate. The guy behind the counter, he would say, well, man, how much you want for it? And the guy would say, I want $40 for it. And the dude would say, man, I give you 30. You say, no, I want 40. You say, man, I give you 35. Then the guy say, well, man, if you give me 35, you can give me 40. That ain't but $5. So the guy said something that was real, was legit. The guy said, well, you got to understand, you are just one customer. So if I cut you slack on the 5, okay, that's one time. But what if I did that all day, every day? I deal with people every day. In a year's time, how much would those little $5 and $3? I seen them haggling over $2 before. But in a year's time, how much would those 2s and 3s and 5s add up to? It would add up to thousands of dollars. So they had to be, nope, I ain't giving you that. Nope. I know you want 30, I give you 28. So you think that's just $2, but it adds up. And that's what I'm trying to explain to y'all when it comes to people who are like that, who drain your energy like that, who take from you. The things that you may look at as not even being that major, those things add up in your life, man. They add up in terms of your stress levels. They add up in terms of your pocket. They add up in terms of the main thing that you can't replace, and that's your time. Can't get your time back. So think about how much time you done wasted with a lot of people that wasn't worthy of your time. See? It adds up. So you have to place value on every aspect of yourself. And you have to make sure that any element of yourself that you give to people, that people are worthy of that. Don't want to waste no time, especially in this day and age. Brandon Atwood, I appreciate the love, Brandon. Appreciate the donation, man. Thanks for the care for our health and finances to you, K, rather than sit. Man, look, man. Appreciate the love, man. God is great. Nothing I talk about come from me. I always remember that. No, none of the game I give, I am not the originator of none of it. Somebody blessed me with the game and taught me the game and raised me and taught me and showed me and lived examples that I drew from. So I appreciate that love, man. See? So this is what we trying to make ourselves understand, that once you get rid of the crap, now you can experience growth. The body works in such a way that when you have toxins in it, when you have poison in your body based on the bad foods we eat, we always eating fast food all the time. We got to go to McDonald's. We got to go to Burger King. We got to go to Popeyes. We got to go to KFC. We got to go to wherever. And over time, these foods that are so poorly produced, these foods start to take effect on our body because it's poison. So we have organs in our body, such as kidneys and liver, for example, that are specifically in our system to serve as filters to filter out and flush out toxins in our body, right? But those organs can't do their job when there is an overload of those toxins. It's too much coming in. It's being smothered. It's being just swamped with too much. So you drinking, and your liver is like your liver in that bad boy, just doing everything it can to try to flush this stuff out. But at some point, you're drinking 5, 6, 7, 40 ounces a day. You're just killing yourself, and the liver just finally just goes, I can't do it, man. I'm done. The liver's out of there. So now you have cirrhosis of the liver. And if you ever seen a picture of like human lungs that have just been overloaded with cigarette smoke, and see how black and shriveled up they are. If you ever seen a bad liver and it's split screen next to a good liver, you see the liver is just like, man, bro, I can't do this. Because it has never been given the opportunity to function at full strength because it's steady being attacked. If you was in a fight and you was fighting this cat, and okay, we fighting, and now you kind of like, okay, we're gonna take a break. But all of a sudden, 9, 10 people start swinging on you, and they won't let you get a break. You're gonna be on the pavement at some point. So we got to give ourselves time to repair. But the only way we can repair mentally or physically or financially, however you want to look at it, or energetically, vibration-wise, you got to remove the toxin. Toxic food, toxic people, you got to remove it. Can't be scared to remove it. Some of us, self-esteem is so low that we don't want to hurt the feelings of the person who's doing us bad. Well, I don't want to cut him off because he ain't got nowhere to live. I mean, if I put him out, he gonna be stuck. His mama put him out. And he can't go back over there. Okay, it's a reason. Are you getting it? He's bouncing from sucker to sucker. So you feeling sorry for this person who's able-bodied, ain't nothing wrong with him or her, could easily go out and get a job, but you are an enabler. Mike Lowry, I appreciate you, Mike. Mike Lowry. Appreciate the love, Money Mike. Thank you so much, sir. Number love. Miami, Florida, my brother. Salute to you. Jay Anderson, I appreciate you. One love to you. Appreciate that, Jay. Thank you for the donation. See, we become enablers. Well, I don't want him to be hungry. So that's why I just give him $5. He can just go right down to the look. If a person is not doing nothing for themselves, grown man and woman, always trying to roach off somebody else, always trying to see what they can get out of somebody else. Let me explain something to y'all. They need to be hungry. They need to be cut off from every avenue of individuals that can help them, because they have to feel it in order to change and get themselves back on their own feet. Because as long as we enable them, then they're not gonna never. See, it's like somebody that stands out in front of the store and asks for money all the time. We can look at the person who's out at the store stand out there asking for money, and we can go, this dude here, man. We could do that. But you also got to look at the people who owns the store, who lets him stand out there and do it. Because I never understood that part of it. It's like, okay, well, he's out here begging, he's out here asking for money now, but I always wondered, why would they let him stand out there and do it? Now, keep in mind, when you're talking about being in the hood, it's levels to this, because, we don't own none of them stores. So, of course, they don't care about us coming in the store. So they don't care about him being outside, I guess, because it doesn't affect their business. But if we own those stores, the best thing for us to do would be like, well, look, brother, at least you can sweep up around here, clean up out, keep the outside clean or something. And we'll give you a little something, but don't be just standing out here asking our patrons for money. So we should start subtracting some of these store owners who don't care nothing about our community and adding to ourselves as a community for ourselves. Start running them out. All right, let me see. Okay, Femi Williams, I got your message, man. You ain't got to put it up there every single time. I'm trying to let you hang around. But what we like to do, we stay on topic. When we have open topics, then you can ask me these questions. I never see y'all when I do open topics. And I ain't trying to beat up on you. I promise I'm not. I got number love for you, because your message is really, you're trying to show love. But we got to stay on topic. We got to be disciplined. That's why I got rid of the other guy a minute ago. Because we're not going to be hijacked. We're not going to hijack our topic. So at the end of the day, man, subtraction is a beautiful thing when you subtracting the right things. See, it's a beautiful thing. Angelina, my cousin died at 26 of cirrhosis of the liver. My mother currently has cirrhosis of the liver as well. Man, and look, the last line is strong because it it puts me in the mind frame of something that I heard before. You said most Native Americans do. See, the Native American people have been subjected to some cruel and disrespectful treatment by the United States of America. And to inhabit a land that was their homeland, they lived off of this land. They lived on the land, they lived off of the land. They ate from the land. They they um they survived off the land. And these people were so, talking about the Americans, were so, the Americans were so dirty towards the Native Americans, man. The Native Americans. They were treated so dirty that every treaty that was signed between the United States and Native Americans were broken by the United States. Every one of them, hundreds of them, they broke every single last one of them. They were carrying out a process of addition through subtraction, but in an evil way, because they felt like the Indians, what we call the Indians, we call the Native Americans, they felt like these people being on this land, which was their land, these people were in the way of the progress that they were trying. They trying to run railroads through the land. They trying to do this and set up shop on land that they took, land that they stole from the Native Americans, right? So in order to remove them, you know what they did? Because a lot of times there were wars that took place and the Native Americans kicked their behinds. So in order to remove them, they destroyed the main resource, the main lifeline of the Native Americans, which was what? The buffalo. These folks killed millions of buffalo because the Native Americans used the buffalo hides for warmth. They used them to make quilts and teepee. They used the bones. They used every part of the buffalo. They ate the meat. So every part of the buffalo was used by the Native Americans as a main source of survival. And the American government killed all the buffalo off. And when they killed the buffalo off, it crippled the Native American people, man. They just had to bow down. And then that depression, even to this day, that's why she was saying, that's why Angelina was saying that a lot of them, they drink, they depressed. Come on, man. And America uplifts them heroes, so-called hero like Custer and all these cats. Man, these cats was dirty as they come. So they carried out a process of addition through subtraction, because by subtracting the buffalo, it subtracted the power, it crippled the Native Americans, and it added to the wealth and success of America because they were able to come in, steal the land, and do what they did. So just a quick history lesson for y'all. But think about all of the stuff that we do. Think about all of the time that we give to those who don't deserve it, man. Crazy, man. And think about how free you would be once you realize that you were giving that time away, giving those resources away to people who don't deserve it. When you, man, When you free yourself, it opens up a whole new world to you, man. But guess what else you got to subtract? Not just those outside of yourself. There are things inside of us that we have to remove and subtract in order to add to us. So it's internal as well as external. So what do we need to subtract from ourselves? We need to subtract envy, self-hate, greed. A lot of things we need to subtract from ourselves. Selfishness. We got to take that out of ourselves. Deceit. Violent tendencies, bad attitudes, anger problems. We got to subtract. We got to take those things out of ourselves so we can add to our character, add to our moral character. All of us. Because those positive and negative elements, they can't live together. They can't live together. So we can look at people. We know some messed up people. We've been messed over by a lot of people. We've been the messed up person. I've been the messed up person before, who messed up other folks, did people wrong. Everybody have. Ain't none of us perfect around here. So you got to go inside to say, what are the things that I can do to make me a better person and make me become an asset to people and make me become a light to people, to where everybody who comes in contact with me, when they leave me, they're glad that they met me, as opposed to the opposite. What do I have to take out of myself? And are we in tune enough with ourselves to even understand that we have some flaws that we got to subtract? Some people feel like ain't nothing wrong with them. It ain't me. It's everybody else. So that would be the first thing. Can you even humble yourself to say, man, yeah, you know what? I got some messed up ways, bro. I got some messed up ways, man. What are some of the things that you, man, where do I start? Just start with saying, if it was 3 major things that I would like to change about myself, that I don't like about myself. And I ain't talking about no physical stuff. I ain't talking about you don't like the way your nose look. I ain't talking about you looking in the mirror and think you need a booty implant. I'm talking about internal, mental, emotional, psychological, spiritual demons that we have to fix. To say, if I could just work on this and get this right, I can be a better person. It may be some kind of addiction, because an addiction can snowball into a bunch of stuff. An addiction can have you stealing stuff to try to satisfy your addiction. An addiction can separate you from your children. Like, man, you can't be around your own children because you are a detriment to yourself. These babies don't need to be around you. An addiction can separate you from your family. Your own mama don't want to fool with you. So that's one right there, man. I got to clear this up. You got a bad attitude. You don't work well with others. You don't get along with people. You gotta fix that. Fix that within yourself. Learn how to not be easily triggered by every little thing. Look at your history and say, man, every time I do act like that, I end up getting the bad end of the stick. So maybe I should stop. Maybe I should think. As the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, think 5 times before you speak. Don't just flip out. See? When you take a lot of that stress off yourself, clear your mind, it improves your health. The mental and the physical are connected. When you're stressing, it messes with your physical. The cells in your body become affected. You become physically sick. Look, you ever had something happen to you that you just not happened to you physically, that you just heard? And when you hear about it, this is an abstract word. This is a word coming into your mind, into your ear, and it made you physically sick. People hear bad news and they get sick and they throw up. Or people hear bad news and they have a heart attack, a stroke, they stress, a nervous breakdown. So the mental absolutely affects the physical. So you go to the doctor and the doctor says, well, man, you need to keep your stress levels low. And that's the thing that always tripped me out, is that we have to wait for the doctors to validate what we should have known all along. As soon as you get some kind of physical, well, I'm gonna need you to stop eating pork for a while. Shouldn't have been eating in the first place, right? Well, you're gonna have to stop drinking alcohol, man. You smoke cigarettes, yes. You gotta stop smoking cigarettes. They take you off of everything. They subtract everything that led to the issue. And we don't take it seriously until they say it. Well, man, you better stop stressing so much, man, because you're gonna kill yourself, man. You're gonna have a stroke and then just die. Yeah, but that's my mama. I don't want nobody to... Look, your mama don't want you stressing out, dying. Get it together. You want to always keep your mind in a place where you can mentally focus and navigate through a problem, not lose your mind when the problem hit. Now, this is going to come as a real surprise analogy to a lot of people, but I'm going to say it anyway, because I'm not a fan, but I got to respect greatness. So when the game is on the line, it's chaotic, man, and Tom Brady got to drive down the field, man, and the Super Bowl is on the line, the playoff game, whatever it is, and it's chaos, man. It's pressure. If Tom Brady freaks out, panics, and loses his mind, the team don't have a chance. They're going to lose the game. But Tom Brady's going to come to the huddle. He's going to be calm, cool, and relaxed. He's going to say, look, guys, okay. And he's going to keep his composure and slowly move the ball down the field to get the job done, because you cannot get through chaos when you are panicked, panic-stricken. Remove the stress. Did I see Tina P, the OG, up in here? Hold on, where's Tina P at? I knew I saw her. Tina P, the OG. Salute. There she is. me see what y'all talking about, man. The real Henny Black. Nowadays, people will hate, then turn around and try to copy the same person they was hating on. Makes no sense to me. Well, because, Henny, this is the deal. They never hated. They never hated you. It was admiration disguised as hate. You see? But in some cases, they did hate. They did hate because they took what you had, as you said, and they didn't want to give you the credit for it. But underneath that was admiration. They love what you do. They like, man, I wish I could do it the way you do it. But another form of subtraction is to remove the thoughts of stressing or worrying about something that you can't control. I can't control who don't like me. Can't do it. If you don't like me for whatever reason, whether I'm wrong or whether I'm right, or whether you have an issue, I can't control that. So I'm foolish to try to monitor and regulate and see who don't like me. That's the beauty of getting older. The things that we just worried about when we was younger, man, and who don't like me and who don't like my clothes and who don't like my hair and all this old stupid stuff, man. Man, when you get older, at least you should, most people, some people be older and still act like that. You don't care nothing about that. I don't care. Because you can't control it. I have no power over your mind other than the impressions that I make on you based on my actions. So if I'm speaking a good word, I'm making some good music, I'm being a good example, then there are people that are going to take to that and they will become reflections of that. They will become co-signers of your good works and your good actions and your ideologies or whatever it is, wherever you got them from. But for those who take the opposite side and just like, gonna always have something to say about you bad, no matter how great you are. I said this multiple times. Y'all have heard me say this before. You could pick the 10 or 20 most famous, popular people, rich, whatever, influential, presidents, rappers, singers, athletes, scientists. You can name any field and take the top ones out of any field. That's going to be hundreds and hundreds of thousands to possibly millions of people who don't like them or have something to say about it. Subtract the need to want to address everybody who don't like you. And that will add productivity to you because you'll be focusing on those who do rock with you. I never understood why our minds be wired up like that. Our minds are always wired up to focus on the two people over there that's heckling when I got 1,000 people over here cheering for me. The cheers of the 1,000 would drown out two big mouth hecklers over here on the left side. Drown them out. But if we over here getting all this love, like I said, and then we got to be, excuse me, y'all. Hold on, man. Hey, man. What's up with you? What's your problem over here, man? Why you 1,000 looking at you like, dude, don't worry about that. We over here. See? Tina Peter OG, thank you for the love, Queen. the chat community. I don't have my glasses. These glasses, Angelina said I had to deprogram myself. We are all in the process. We should be in the process of trying to deprogram ourselves. No negativity from nobody. Escape it. It's not good for us. Do you know how easy it is for somebody to just kill your mood? We all been in a good mood, and then just somebody come through and just say and do one thing, and it just like, man, I don't even feel like doing it no more, man. Why we give people that kind of power over us? Lester Smith. You remember that? You remember that, man? Klondike Cat. Look, I just saw somebody put the legend Klondike. I was just about to say, man, is Cat in the chat? Man, look, it's OG salute time, man. This is a tradition. OG salute. Y'all know at this point, I ain't got to tell y'all. At least I shouldn't. Klondike Cat is in here, man. Klondike Cat done blessed us twice in a row. Drop some love to my brother Klondike Cat, man. Everybody that's in here right now. Peace signs, power fists, salutes. Show love and respect, man, to one of the greatest to ever do it. Legendary in the H, legendary outside the H, legendary in the whole freaking diaspora. Klondike Cat. Show him some love, man, right now. My brother. One of the coldest in the game. Diamond Dre. What y'all know about Diamond Dre? Hold on, DJ, man. You know about Diamond Dre? Diamond Dre and Klondike Cat, they might be the same person. I ain't gonna tell y'all for sure. They might be. Might be. But I ain't gonna tell y'all. I'm not gonna reveal it. But show some love to my brother, man. And be sure to be looking for his album. They just might. Be sure to be looking for the album when it drops, man. Straight up. Tina P, the OG. Mike Cherry, I appreciate the love, man. Thank you so much, man. That's right, man. Y'all keep it coming for Cat. See, there's so many great artists, man. And we talking about addition by subtraction. See, everything that surrounds us factors into that category, into that topic. Because even in what we do in music, when we sit down to write a song, every bar that we write doesn't always make it in the final draft of that song. So you'll write a part, and then you go back over and say, nah, I could say something better than that. So you scratch that part out and you come with 2 bars or 4 bars that's better than that. So you subtract those and you add in better work. You go to the lab. Cat know this for a fact. You might record 20 songs, but you want to make a solid album. So you might say, man, I only want to put the best 14 on here. These 5 or 6, they good, but I don't think they strong as they could be. So I'm going to subtract these 5 or 6, and I'm going to go with my best 14 or 15, and that's going to make the album more solid. Because a lot of times people say, well, man, I got 22 songs on there. I got 25 songs on this project. But 10 of them ain't even all that good. You could have left those off. So it diluted the project. So if I'd have just took out, you get with your brain trust and say, man, which my strongest ones? And then man, that got to be on there right there. That one, yeah, that one, all right. Yeah. Then next thing you know, you got a solid, tight 15, and you have bolstered the level of the project by subtracting the weaker songs. How do you think the birth process works? How do you think the process of conception works? It's addition by subtraction. Millions racing towards the egg. You made it. You got there, right? But the other millions and millions of sperm, they ain't just sitting up in the waiting room now. They don't go back. They become food. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. So they were subtracted in a sense, but they add to the total process. God don't waste nothing, man. And we should be the same way. We should be found in that same mind frame to where everything we do, we move with purpose. We move with a purpose to make to be a constant improvement, to evolve. They say evolve into perfection. You say, well, man, you can never reach perfection, but you got to keep going towards it. See? Drop your locations, man. Where y'all at, man? Drop your locations. Let your big brother know where y'all at. This is designed, this whole conversation is designed to make us raise our antennas up to be more focused on removing negative energy from us, negative energy from the outside and from within us. Some of us are the negative energy. Some of us are the ones that are going to be subtracted by other people. And if we're wise enough and humble enough to recognize that, then we might say, well, if this is a person that we feel like we want to keep in our life, then I need to be more of an asset. Friendship and family and all that, it's a two-way street. It's not just about what a person can do for you. See? Let's see where we at, man. Where we at? Let's get these shout outs in. Arizona. Lester, where you at in Arizona? What city in Arizona you in? Austin, Texas in the building. I'll be in Austin March the 18th. South by Southwest. I will be in Austin, Texas, man. So y'all keep that date. I will be in the great city of Austin doing some cool stuff, man. Hit the like button if y'all haven't. I'm a ways away. I'd like to get to 100 likes. Albany, Georgia. DC Static. There he is. Hellraiser in Frisco. Brandon Atwood. Appreciate the love. Mike Cherry in Michigan. Michigan Mike. Start calling you Michigan Mike, man. Texan Life out there in Midland. Pompous Well, 210. That's San Antonio. 210. That's San Antonio for those who don't know. One of the favorite cities of your big brother K-Rino. Scotty Farrell, Pensacola. Pensacola, Florida in the building, man. What you say? P-Cola. Christos Demetrius, Nashua, New Hampshire. We binging, y'all. Austin, Texas. There it is, another Austin. My boy Torrance Taylor. You ain't think I know who you are? See, I know you. Milwaukee, man. I see you, TY. Portland, Oregon. Brandon. Tina P. Tina ain't got to say where she from. Y'all notice Tina don't have to say where she from. Because the P stands for what? Philly. Angie Wise out there in Portland, Oregon. See how she did that? Look how she played. She said the best state to skydive. Ain't gonna be able to do it, Angie. Ain't gonna be doing no skydiving. I salute anybody who do that. I know a couple people. My mama went skydiving. Crazy. That was insane. She did it. I can't do it. Klondike Cat. They don't know about the 29th galaxy. Now, not too many people can journey to the. You got to have a certain breathing technique to be able to breathe in that atmosphere. So a lot goes into it. See, they don't know, Cat. Show low. Okay, I got you. My connection cool, y'all? Y'all see me good? Hear me good? When am I coming to Pensacola? Man, when they send for me, I'm coming. 3 hours away from Phoenix. How far are you from I want to go to Tombstone. Tina says snowing in Philly. It's snowing in Philly. I hate what I'm about to say, Tina. I hate to say this to you, but they was wearing shorts out here in Houston today. Man. But I ain't gonna talk no noise because last year, y'all know what happened to us down here in Texas with that freeze. Bel Air Boulevard, I see you, Snoop. Right here in the H, Southwest. H-Town, Dr. Naka, I see you. We got the H2, we got the city we represent for H-Town. Man. DEA, what's up, Marty? Dead end double salute. DEA, man. Marty Marr. Back porch. I'll be out there in March. Big boy business. I want to shout out everybody, man. I don't want to miss nobody. What's up, Polk County? Chris Redfern out there in Polk County. I see you, Andy. Back Porch Studio said, where's the 29th galaxy? We can't tell you. Hey, man. Family in Longview, okay. South Granville, Australia. Australia out in this thing, man. Man. Now, you blessed my game when you gave me the CD, that DMG, and all them old schools, man. Nah, you blessed my game. Yeah, so yeah. Come on with it. Yeah, how far are you from Tombstone, Les? I'm serious. Man. We already perfect to live here on earth. We are blessed. We are blessed more than we know. We're blessed more than we know, y'all. Because you got to understand something, man. If you become seriously observant of your surroundings, man, and appreciative to God for allowing you to behold his creation, as Mr. Farrakhan said, you look at a tree. You look at a bug crawling on a blade of grass, and you'll be like, man, because you'll go into the life process of that bug. You got to take time out. If you look at that bug crawling on a blade of grass, you're like, I wonder what his what his mission is. What's his function? What is he doing right now? Because the difference between animals and us a lot of times, or insects and us a lot of times, is that they 100% live out their purpose. They act strictly on their nature and what they are there to do. We kind of get sidetracked and be on some other stuff. So we might start smoking some crack or something. But when you see those bugs and they just going about their way doing their thing, they have a purpose. And it's good to just stop and just look at that sometime. It's good to watch a flower, to follow the cycle of a flower just from day to day. It's like, man, every day I'm gonna look at this flower and see the changes that take place in this flower. See what it do in the summer when it's in full. Then when it get a little cold, you see it going to a different type of process, a different form. You see the life cycles of certain animals and certain things like that only live. What's the life cycle of a fly, y'all? Somebody put it up real quick. What's the life cycle of a fly? And while y'all checking on that for your big brother, just having the understanding that it's not that long. A fly ain't gonna, you ain't gonna see no 3-year-old fly. Man, y'all got all these high-tech phones. Y'all can't Google that real quick. So, what's up, Q? Marty say 24 hours. I think it's a little longer than that, but I don't know. But if you lucky, if a fly's lucky, so 24 to 72 hours from what? From larvae to being out of there. See? But in that fly's mind, in that fly's world, he lives a full life. To us, it ain't nothing. 15 to 30 days. But he lives a full life in that short period of time, and they fulfill everything that they there to do. See, we should start looking at the lifespans of a lot of these creatures. I mean, like insect creature, like an ant, like a bee. How long does a bee live on average? What's the average lifespan of a bee? We still talk about addition by subtraction. You just got to follow me into the depths of it. What's the lifespan of a bee? See? But whatever I'm going to wait for somebody to pull that up. Is 5 days on a bee? Or is that something else? But whatever the lifespan is of these animals, a bee is 30 to 60 days. So a bee got 1 or 2 months to live. But what does that bee do? That bee is found pollinating. That bee is found going from flower to flower. That bee is found serving its life to preserve the queen, right? The insect who, again, like we talked about, is a way lesser intelligent being. They know their purpose. Now, here we are, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Some people make it to, if you made it to 3 digits, but some people never find their purpose, or take them a long time. Or by the time they find it, you too old and sick to fulfill it. So we're showing lesser intelligence than those creatures, right? They don't waste time. They do exactly what they're supposed to do. See? It's about understanding, man. It's about observation. And the only way to really add to yourself the positive things is to subtract all of the negative things. You got to remove that stuff, man. You got to remove it. I said it before. You cannot stack up brand new furniture on top of the old furniture. You got to get rid of the old furniture. When you get some new furniture, you may give away them couches you had. And those couches you had, they become new to somebody else who needed them, and you gave it to them. It's like clothes, like I say with the hand-me-down clothes. It's a cycle. But you're not going to keep the old stuff because you're progressing. And we all progress on different levels and different stages. So you got a 19-year-old that's just moving into their first apartment, first time on their own. They living in a little bitty 1-bedroom, ain't all that, but that's big to them. But then you got somebody else who's a little older, he's 30, he been through that stage already and had a couple of apartments. Now he buying him a house. We progress in different stages. But along the way, we learn what we got to cut out. We learn the things that we learn how to keep the things that we need and get rid of the stuff that we don't. That's how we got to live our life. Y'all in here showing love. Angie said, Tina P, I hope my son brings me a daughter like you. See, that's a compliment. And Tina, a real one. Tina, a real one. Genuine. East Coast. Artistic. Community oriented. Love for her people. Soldier. Ain't scary. It's a real one. If a bee stings you, you can die after the sting. Depends. If you're allergic. I've been stung by a bee before. Stung me right on my arm. I just pulled a sting out. Now, if the bee sting you, he gonna die. I want to shout out to my homie Dean TV. Just walked in the door. We wrapping up, Dean. The topic was addition by subtraction, removing the negative in order to make room for the positive, or understanding that removing the negative adds to you. It adds to you. Stop being scared to let negative things and people go because you think it's beneficial to you or you become comfortable with it. You're not going to understand how much you grow until you let it go. See? Got to let it go, man. I want to publicly shout out my homie Dean, because you be looking out for me, man. Every time I hit you, every time I need you, you come through for your big brother. Appreciate that. I saw Derek Mallory was in here earlier. Twin Cities. Brandon Atwood say, when you gonna get us with a live stream freestyle? Man, you know what? I want to do some, I got to get my technology game up because I want to do some different stuff. But I do want to kind of have like a, I want to do a session with y'all where I like go through some of my my music and maybe let y'all into a little of the creative process. Not too much of it. And it might consist of me spitting some flows, you know, maybe not no freestyle. Freestyling ain't really my strong suit. I can mess around a little bit for fun here and there. Now, Cat can freestyle. I'll take a couple of questions. When in the next album? The next album, I'm trying to get it by March, but I don't know if I'm be finished by March. But I'm trying to have it ready by March, maybe the end of March. I gotta mash the gas because I'm kind of behind. I'm kind of behind. Anything else to add to this topic, man? If not, we're not gonna belabor the point. Y'all take care of yourself, man. Number love. If you missed it, if you came in late to the chat in the middle of it, go back to the beginning of it, because we was dropping some bombs, man. Number love to y'all. Peace and blessings.